friends, welcome back to Typescript tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss about objects in Typescript. Okay, so how actually it's working in JavaScript. Basically, object in JavaScript are just like normal JavaScript objects, but in TypeScript concept, we added some type safety. Means you define the structure of the object so that TypeScript can catch the mistake. Okay, so let's say the basic types of object means how we can declare. So let's create a user. So simply write let user and just define. Okay, so here I just use the curly braces. So inside the curly braces we need to define, but here we are going to add in this way. Means we are defining the name and age, and the name will be the string type and the age will be the number type, and I just added the number, the name Jack, age 30. Okay, so this is the basic type of object we can create through the JavaScript. So just refresh, so we are getting this data. Okay, now I just going to add some things. I just going to do some things with the object. Means there are lots of things we need to know before using the objects. So this is the basic objects. We don't have any restrictions or any this is the simple objects. Okay, now I just going to pass some optional parameter to the objects. Okay, suppose let's name is a string, and here I just defining the age may be provided or not. Means this is not a mandatory. So that time what happens? So that time if I not provide any age, so it will show actually a error. Okay, as it's saying the property age is missing in types but require in type, that is the name string, age and number. Okay, so actually the reason is we are using as a mandatory field. Now if we don't have age, so we can make it optional. Means if you provide age, it's okay. If you not provide, it will also okay. Means it will not throw any error. So how we can do this? So just add question mark here. So let's refresh, you will getting that things. And if you just remove that part also, so it will not throw any error. Actually this will also okay, because we add it as an optional parameter, right? Now if I just going to use another things, means I want to create a read-only property. Okay, so how to prevent the reassignment? Means here name is something like a name is Jack. I don't want to remove that things. Okay, or this only the read only property and I don't want to overwrite. Okay, so how can do this? So let's take an example. Suppose let, and here I just going to write some configuration. So basically I just going to declare a variable. It looks similar to the practical. Okay, so I just going to use the read only property, and here I just going to write a property, suppose version. Okay, so configuration version, and here write string, and I just provide the version. So here write suppose version equal to some things. So write here version, and let's use suppose 1 point something 1.0.0 whatever. Okay, so now if I just console that things, console.log, so it's actually will show the output, that is the version is 1.0. Now if I want to change the data, means suppose let's use config dot version equal to let's use 2.0.0. Okay, so let's make it in string format. Okay, now if I just refresh, if I just check, we are getting the version is 2.0.0. Okay, that means we have a value 1.0.0, but we just changing or overriding the value in the next line. But if I just use this keyword read only. That time, if you want to override the value of this person, it will throw the error. Means so this error cannot assign to person because it's a read only property. So once you assign a value to this person, you cannot modify. So always it will be 1.0.0. You cannot override that things. So this is the power of a read only keyword. Okay. So we understand what is object, how to declare, and optional parameters. If I want to make some optional parameter, how we can do this, and the read-only properties. Now I just going to discuss about another things. So interesting things actually. Suppose the next thing is object. I will use the object within the method. So how we can do this? So simply let's create a object. Suppose let's use person, and here I just providing the name. uh, okay, so let's write name, and that will be the string type, and then I just going to use the function. Suppose I just going to create a greet or anything. So greet is a functions, and here I just going to write these functions will be the string type. Okay, actually this will be the colon. So this is the functions we are using, the pat arrow, or you can say the arrow functions, and this is the string. Okay, now I just going to assign a value. So let's use suppose name John, and that will be the caps. Okay, and next we just going to call these things. Suppose write great and return hello something, say hello person dot name. So here let's console that thing. So console dot log, and you can see the hello John. So you can understand how we can use the method, and the method can have the multiple line, means there have a body. So you can see from these curly braces to these curly braces is the functions body. Okay, so whatever we write we will get, and this name is actually getting from this person name, person object then name. Okay, so you can understand how we can use a method within the objects. Now the next things. Okay, so note it down, and if you got any problems or any confusions, you can comment me below in the comment sections. Okay, and if you like this, please subscribe this channel and share this with your friends so that all will grow. Okay, now another things related to objects I want to share with you. Suppose I just going to use the type to define the object shape. So how I can do this? So let's say use the type, and I just going to use the car. Okay, and here I just defining the name, year, and the broken. Okay, so broken means it okay or not, means just like boolean format, and I just using the string as a name, and year will be the number. So I just define the type. Okay, now let's I want to declare the things, means here right, suppose let my car. Okay, and we can define, and we can use the type that is the car type. Okay, and we can use in this way. So name is Ford, and year is 2020, and the broken is false. So if you refresh, you are getting the Ford. Okay, so we just printed the name. So if you want to get the full output, we can print the mica. Okay, so here you can see the name Ford and year 2020 and broken. So using this type, we can create the multiple things. It means let's create another car, suppose new car, and just use this type, and just use these type of things as you define in the type. Okay, so this is the thing, means use the type we can define the object shape. So using this protocol we'll maintain these things. Okay, the next things. and this will be the last things. Okay, uh, how to use the nested objects. Okay, see important things. So every case, every time in a real case, we need to create some nesting object. So if you have a nest, so if you have a object concept, then you will understand how we can use the nested. Suppose let's use the type. Suppose this is the type. I just not going to uh, remove that thing. Suppose this is the type. The type is car type. Okay. Now here I just going to create another thing. Suppose let's use the type um, person. Okay, and here just going to create a things like this. So here the person name, and it will be the string type. Also I just going to define the address, or define the car, and that will be the car, not this, that will be car. Means here we just define a car with the protocol, with the structure, and here in the person we just using the name, and we just calling these things. Means inside the object we are calling another object. Okay, so now how to create these things. Suppose how to use that things. So simply just write, suppose let my name, suppose anything, let jack data. Okay, and here write here call the person, and let's use in this way, name jack, and name car name food. Okay, so this actually the problem. Here you need to use the colon. Okay, so I just going to create a jack data for a jack. Suppose jack is a person name, and here you can see the name and the car object, and inside the car object we will get those things actually we define inside this car. Okay, so you can access that thing. So if you console this thing, we can console and you can check. Okay, console dot log jack data. Now the thing is, if I just going to print the year, how can I do this? So inside the object, so simply write jack data dot car, so that we can access the full car objects, and inside the car we have year, so just use the year, so you will get the year. Okay, so you can understand, means by printing the full object you can see where is actually the value is located, which value you want to put, then just go in the process. Okay, just follow the process. Okay, another thing, I just going to use the object as a functions parameter. So this is the last things I already said. This was the last, but I remember one another things, so that I want to cover all the related things to object. Okay, so I just closing that things. Now I just going to use the objects as a functions parameter. So let's use suppose here simply use that things. Suppose type car. So this is the object, and I want to use as a functions parameter. Okay, so simply write function, and let's use my data, and here just use the car colon car. Okay, and this will be the void. I don't want to return any things. I just going to print all the things from here, and here write console.log and car. So we'll get all the things. Okay, so just refresh this. So we are not getting because we are not calling this my car. So simply write, I just going to call these things. So simply just call my data, and I am passing the data as this mentioned structure, and let's refresh. Okay, so we are getting all the things here. You can understand we are passing this car as an object, and we can use, or we can access that things from these functions. So hope you can understand all the things related to objects. Okay, so first we understand the basics type of object, means how the object will create in the JavaScript and how to define the data types. Then I just then I cover the related things, means how to create the optionals parameter, how to create any read-only properties. Then we just creating the object with the method and another things. I just use the type to define an object shape. So this is the object shape, and the next nesting object. So this was the example of nesting object, and finally object as a parameter. Okay, so all the things I think we covered, and still if you have any queries, you can comment me in the below comment sections. Okay, so next day we are going to discuss about another topics, like we are just going to discuss about another types, that is the enums. Okay, so how enum actually work and what will be the things we can use in the TypeScript. We will discuss all the things. Okay, so please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. So for now, thanks for watching this video. Have a good